Good afternoon. Hope you're having a wonderful day. The weather was beautiful until just a little while ago when we started having a few sprinkles. Hopefully, that will all finish up before our church and school picnic on Sunday. Huge thanks to Tyler Croning, Randy Walk, Dave Hasley, and Dale Walk, as well as Randy Retzloff, who provided the skid steer to spread a load of fresh mulch in the school playground this morning. We're going to have a great time at the picnic and basket auction on Sunday, no matter what the weather. Many thanks to everyone who donated items for the basket auction. We have about 100 baskets, including some big ticket items. A Josh Allen jersey with a $100 Fanatics card, a $200 Amazon card, a beautiful handmade quilt, and a tree with $250 in gift cards. This week in our one-year chronological Bible reading plan, we read from the book of Proverbs. We read through the entire Song of Solomon and are starting Ecclesiastes. All of these books are connected in some way to Solomon, either written by him or in honor of him. Back at the beginning of the Bible, we heard the story of the Garden of Eden. Adam and Eve lived in harmony with God, each other, and all creation. Then they faced a choice: to follow God's wisdom or to follow their own wisdom and decide for themselves what was good and evil. Their disastrous choice resulted in brokenness and division between people and creation and God. But God promised that a true human would come who would fix what is broken, the Messiah. Later on, King Solomon started off well. He prayed for wisdom, and that led to great prosperity for him and the nation. But then he married hundreds of foreign women through military alliances, and those women led him astray. They started Israel on the path to slowly falling apart. All three of these books, Proverbs, Song of Solomon, and Ecclesiastes, invite us to learn from Solomon's wisdom and his failures. The book of Proverbs sounds like it was written by a brilliant young teacher with great advice on all sorts of areas of life. The primary message in it is that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. We live a good life when we fear God and follow wisdom. When we embrace Lady Wisdom, we are standing at the tree of life. The book of Ecclesiastes comes across as a skeptical middle-aged critic responding to Proverbs. It's called The Words of the Teacher, David's son. Perhaps Solomon, a later king, or another teacher. And the whole book is filled with sober reflections on life's problems. He says, everything is vanity, meaninglessness. Life is like vapor or smoke, fleeting, uncontrollable, confusing, and full of disappointment. We spend most of our time chasing things that don't satisfy: wealth, career, social status. The writer of the book says that time will eventually erase you and me and everything that we care about. Death is the great equalizer. It's inescapable and destroys us all. So trying to find meaning outside of God is pointless. Even trying to live by wisdom doesn't always seem to help. The key, Ecclesiastes says, is accepting that everything in your life is out of your control. The gift of God is the enjoyment of simple pleasures. When we trust God, we enjoy life as we experience it, not as we want it to be. Those are important words to hear. They're trying to move us toward greater wisdom in our lives. Don't bury yourself in books, it says. You won't find meaning there. Fear God and keep his commandments. This is the whole duty of humans, for God will bring everything into the light of his judgment. One day, God will bring true justice to our world. Ecclesiastes forces us to face death and random chance and the challenges they pose to a naive belief in God's goodness. This book's author and the teacher believe that life is beautiful but temporary and fleeting, like smoke or vapor. We all try to build meaning and purpose in life apart from God, investing in pursuits and things that have no lasting meaning. But time marches on. We all die, and bad things sometimes happen to good people. In the end, the author asserts that the key to contentment comes from wisdom, accepting life's fleeting nature, fearing God, keeping his commandments, and putting our trust in him. We remain puzzled by life's mysteries, but trust that God will bring true justice. That hope fuels our ability to live lives of honesty and integrity. The Song of Solomon, or Song of Songs, as it's called in the original Hebrew, is a love poem between a beautiful woman and a shepherd. The book is so sensual and provocative that I've heard that young Hebrew men were not allowed to study it until they reached marrying age, but it is often sung at Passover celebrations. The voices in the song shift between the woman and the man and their friends. More of the verses are by the woman's voice, so the book kind of sounds like the meditations of a woman's heart about love. Like the book of Esther, the Song of Songs never mentions God, but there is lots of garden imagery, like the Garden of Eden, so you can kind of see allusions to Adam and Eve. The love between this woman and man points to a restoration of relationships that have been bent and broken since the beginning of Genesis. Some of the lyrics have inspired modern songs. My beloved is mine, and I am his. He has taken me to his banquet hall, and his banner over me is love. You've stolen my heart with one glance of your eyes. Arise, my love, my lovely one, and come away. The winter is past and the rain is gone. Do not arouse or awaken love until it so desires. Throughout the book, the lady pursues the man, which is like the description of Lady Wisdom in Proverbs, who calls us to pursue her. Some have seen the Song of Songs as an extended metaphor that illustrates God's love for his people, Christ's love for his church, or Lady Wisdom pursuing and inviting us to follow her. Set me like a seal upon your heart. Love is as strong as death, passion fierce as the grave. Its flashes are flashes of fire, a raging flame. Many waters cannot quench love, rivers cannot wash it away. If one were to give all the wealth of his house for love, it would be utterly scorned. God designed all of us in his image to rule creation through his wisdom so that we can find life. In the description of this post, I'm including a link to the Bible Project's videos for Ecclesiastes and Song of Songs. Enjoy watching and discussing them with your family, friends, or small group. Worship this Sunday and the rest of the summer is at 8:30 and 10:15. Our church and school picnic will be on Sunday from 11:30 to 1:30. The kids will be putting on their end-of-year program for their families in the gym at 2 o'clock, and then we'll have popcorn, ice cream, and games afterward. Everyone is welcome for both the picnic and the games afterwards. The basket art auction will start in the morning and then end with the drawings at 4 o'clock. So please join us for all the fun this Sunday. Have a great week.